And hello everyone! Welcome back to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today I will be continuing my Heavensward MSQ progression. I took a little bit of time off from the MSQ to work on my other character and do a just work on some of the alt jobs, including getting my Dark Knight up to Heavensward, which I want to progress a little bit more with the MSQ. If I need to swap over to Warrior, I can do the same thing with the Warrior. Just, you know, I have a couple of jobs there that I can level through the MSQ as needed to progress as need be, since my Black Mage is at 54 and I don't want to overlevel the Black Mage too much if it can be helped. So without further ado, let's see what Amanalaine has for us. Onwards and upwards. When a man like Lord Amanalaine is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. Well, that's inspiring. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, but where are my manners? Amanalaine de Fortin, second son of Count Edmond de Fortin, true-born, that is. Yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Which is why I need your help, to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts. Or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Artorel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Ha ha ha, wonderful. It's Redditor 2.0. Not quite so annoying as Alphino was in ARR, but still. Yikes. Oh. Don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are here to aid the good men and women of House Helionard. They have ever been steadfast friends of our house, though they have fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Okay, so now we need to go to the airship ticketer. Oh, here they are. Ah, my lord, there's still the matter of the bill. What bill? I'm not giving you my gil to pay for your indiscretions. Everything has been taken care of, old boy. Simply tell the attendant when you are ready to board and away we'll go. Are you ready to depart, sir? The airship bound for Camp Cloudtop will be leaving shortly. And this looks nice.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home. High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds, a frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, he came.
Remember, if at any time you like what you see, make sure you give me a follow on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, and then click the link in the description to come over to Twitch and give me a follow and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified of when I go live. Oh. My lord, you mustn't wear your belt so loose, or you'll trip over your own sword. Awfully cold up here. I mean, Kurthus may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong, silent persona all the time, you know. Never mind. We need to find Lady, Laniite. She is in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead. Yes? Excellent. Oh dear. This is not going to bode well. Etherite, must attune. Alright, well, first things first. Chocobo Keep, just in case it's needed. Then we attune. Ever do we attune? Of course I have to come here for the first time as it goes overcast. At least it was nice and pretty while it was, well, it looks like the sun was setting. Master Tia, welcome. I am Sir Laniate de Haliard, commander of the forces stationed here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I am in your debt, you see, and ever shall remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus have I been unable to seek you out, but by the grace of Halone, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and to call upon his generous aid besides. Truly, I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. Ahem. 'Tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady Laniate. You cut an elegant figure as always. A steel-clad rose equally at home on the battlefield or in a ballroom. Lord Emanelaine, if it is not too much to ask, I should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with Master Tia. Ooh, cold shoulder. Camp Cloudtop was established to provide early warning of impending Dravanian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the floating isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Naturally, it also makes us a ready target for attack. We are not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of downing all but the mightiest dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it is currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beast man is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a bird man and I'll show him a thing or two. Please. Yeah, I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come, Master Tia. It always is. Hi, Autumn. So, where are you in game? Who's this? Okay, that's favorites. There we go. There we go, Anna. There you are. Okay. An indispensable ally. Lady Laniate knows all too well what must be done to ensure that your time spent in Camp Cloudtop is not for nothing. And we would get either tank stuff, Lancer, and Dragoon, which could be useful if I decide to unlock that stuff. Go Lancer. Slow striking, that could also be useful. Rogue Ninja. Go. Don't think I need this since I've got the 130 gear for the pants. Let me go for this Lancer Dragoon. Okay. Okay. While I understand Count Edmond's intentions, I would rather not waste your waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible that he may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Oh, why do I have a feeling that that's prophetic words? Tell him I would like him to keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmanuel from shirking his duty. Yeah, so just keep him out of the way. I must say, is it me or is the air a bit, yeah. A request from Laniite? Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here but a few yalms away. Oh, never mind. What is it? A mission of paramount importance. Keep watch for Giovanni and outflyers, or roam about to keep an eye out for anything unusual. This is what I was asked to say, so I'm gonna say that. Mission? Yes, of course. That is why I am here. I shall do as my lady asks. Master Tia, I don't believe I have properly introduced myself. My name is Honora, and I serve at the pleasure of Lord Emmanuel. Lady Laniite would have me accompany Lord Emmanuel on his mission? Ah, I understand completely. I will do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. Okay, now that they're taken care of. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obligated to go to such lengths to preserve his safety and his dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least more so than others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. Laniite, you have no idea. If I decide to go to do a ninja, I might want that. So whatever, I'll get the drinking stuff. Let's see, no, I haven't unlocked anything in this yet. Meeting the neighbors. Lady Laniite is eager to get to more important business. Now that Emmanuel is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the Vanu. We first encountered the Vanu several years ago when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There was peace between our peoples for half a year until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes towards us changed. They began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on supplies flown in from Ishgard. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Sir Mariel. She could use your assistance. Okay, good. I think I'll just mess with it because this is getting a little savage and I don't think that those cat bat things are what you need to see, little Autumn. Okay, well. Master Tia, I presume. Lady Laniite told me you were coming. I hear tell you've never faced a Vanu before. Well, I'll spend enough time on patrol and you're sure to cross paths with them eventually. These birdmen are native to the Floating Isles. I say birdmen, but they're not at all like the Exile. Unless that Exile's mother was a Gygas. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any Vanu in these areas, kill or drive them away. Okay. Just that yowl. That was a rather rude yowl from that critter. This time I'm going to clear out some of the other critters. Giving myself a little bit of freedom. You steel yourself for a mighty struggle, yet you find no Vanu lying in wait. Well, that was fortunate. Or perhaps too fortunate. stay out of the range of that area. Well, for all of the concern about Dravanians, the the astrologians could probably set up an observatory here with minimal fuss. Finished with your patrol. Anything to report? Yeah, there were a few Vanu out there. Maybe it was too much to hope for a day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Helone has blessed us with a mighty ally. Oh, and this one we got, archer pants, conjurer pants, casting. Probably you should go with that one, just in case. Sense of urgency. An undisciplined unit is a unit ripe for destruction, as Sir Mariel knows. We got a tank. Answer. And boots of scout. Probably should go for the Lancer Dragoon if I decide to go with that. Accepting your recent clashes with the Vanu, it cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful, to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, we have yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That is why, as far as everyone is concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwater of no significance. And of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in a perpetual state of needing repairs. So even were the Holy See to come under Dravanian attack, we would be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, Master Tia, this is where ambition comes to die. If you haven't aspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like to think that enthusiasm can be as contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, I would have you seek out the sentries and stoke their fighting spirit. Psych them up, you might say. Okay, so... oh, there they are. I mean, I actually have to psych up him? No, surely not. Oh, I can deal with him last. What is it? Is it the Horde? By the Fury, whatever possessed you to do that? I'm awake, worry not after the shock you just gave me. I doubt I'll sleep for a fortnight. Well, at least it's working. Ye gods, where did that come from? Fine, if you insist, I will make an effort to be more alert, but really, I fail to see the point. We're hundreds of miles away from the front lines, which is just the way I like it. Thank you very much. Alright, now to go check in on the rich kid. Yep, we're checking in on him. As you wish, my lord. Should I spy an outflyer, I'll alert you immediately. Oh, great. He's sitting around sulking while he's having his own person doing his work for him. Hello there, old boy. Slain any Vanu champions yet? No? Oh well, let me know when you have, so I can make myself presentable for the... okay, snore. Okay. Well, it's time to get you out of your slumber. Is it an attack? What should we do? What should we do? No attack, I'm just here to get a little motivation into you. You had me fooled there for a moment, old boy. An amusing jest, albeit a tad cruel. Surely you must realize how unsuited I am to the monotony of mere sentry duty, yet still you tempt me with the promise of excitement. No, this won't do. This won't do at all. Lady Laniate will give me a grand mission as befits my station. Honestly, she didn't want you to die. She wants you out of the way. This is not out of the way. You're abandoning your post. Would that he would take his work seriously. Okay. Many thanks, Master Tia. Already I can see a change in our sentry's behavior. Beg your pardon, Lord Emmeline said what? Well, I have no doubt that Lady Laniate will do her utmost to oblige him. Hope springs eternal. Sir Mariel fears what might come of Lord Emeline's newfound ambition. Oh dear. If Lord Manelaine is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Lanite will want you to accompany him. If you might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. They're here. Oh dear, and just when everything was going so well. I'll have you know, I trained with some of the finest instructors in Ishgard. You and me, we could march right into a Vanu stronghold and give them all a what for. I think he overestimates himself. Master Tia, Lord Manelaine just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany. Well, there's nothing for it but to give him something more demanding then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? If I must. Excellent. We are in constant need of fresh water in Camp Cloudtop, as there are no underground sources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystal we have recently discovered, which may enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vor Sion Siran. To the east of here. I would have you and Manelaine bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention the Vanu scouts ranging from their nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck and be safe. Oh boy. Did Lady Laniat, Lady Laniat told you to tell me about my mission once again? If I didn't know any better, I'd swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? A vital mission on the success of which the very survival of Camp Cloudtop rests. The procurement of potable water. Finally! It's about time she entrusted me with a mission of real import. Right then, let's go, let's go. I had heard the minstrels tales of these lakes, but I never honestly believed that they were real. Yeah, apparently they are. So this is Vorsian Suran of the Suran of Legend, and Neri Vanu in sight. How disappointing! I could do with some sport. I know. Why don't you and I make it a I know. Why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. On our oath shall we judge. Our entries on shall judge our entries on size, purity, and say aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. Okay. I wish he could have at least stayed within sight. Indeed. I have a feeling that he's gonna get himself into trouble. Okay. What have we here? This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Laniite. Perhaps you should inspect another. This water crystal does not appear to exhibit the properties described by Lady Laniite. Perhaps you should inspect another. Okay. This crystal appears to be secreting a steady stream of water. Secreting a steady stream of water. Perhaps it is the crystal Lady Laniite seeks. Okay. Ah, Master Tia, have you brought your entry for the contest? Yes. Spring crystal, a crystal so aspected to water that it feels wet to the touch. My understanding of such things is limited, but can this truly be used to draw moisture from air like water from a pump? Fascinating. A series of unfortunate events. Oh dear. I knew this was going to happen. He was going to get himself into trouble. Oh boy. Honora is more than a little concerned for Lord Menelane's well-being. I mean, who didn't see this coming? Lord Manalaine has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? Even he must realize the dangers of wandering too far in such a place. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I must ask you assist me in looking for him, Master Tia. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray search the southeastern area of Vorsion-Suran as swiftly as you are able to rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. Okay. If I must. And he's not here. You surveyed the surrounding area for a time, but see no sign of a Manalaine. Well, duh. Moving on. Master Tia, Lord Manalaine. Lord Manalaine has been taken by the Vanu. Of course he has. They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them. Please, you must come quickly. If I must. He was so certain he could handle himself, after all. Well, that's poetic. Just sneak through. Nope. Actually, yes, I can sneak through. Nice. The Vanu must have taken him to that village, mayhap to present it to their chieftain. I will make haste to the Rose house and tell Lady Laniite what has happened. Yet by the time I return with aid, it may be too late for Forgive me for asking, Master Tia, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Emmeline in my absence, I beg you take it. I know he can be a trifle presumptuous and insensitive and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. I'm not so certain about that. I mean, he was stupid enough to get himself into trouble in the first place. Okay. Really? Oh, he's the slowest runner. Oh, dude. Hoshafai here. Yay. Can you move any slower? The way he was moving, it might as well have been a gentle jog down the street.
Reinforcements?
Voice acting.
Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, roils like blackest storm clouds. Offer netherlings to the white. Cloud sea swells and he comes.
What a flying whale. Okay.
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists.
A flying whale? By the Fury, it's a primal. We must away.
Yep.
Damn!
Oh, Sid.
Typical. All right, we're going in.
Yay, Sid.
Aye, Chief.
All aboard!
Yep. Well, that was close. Well, that was, harrowing. We are all of us still alive, my friend. Let us take solace in that most simple of blessings. True enough. Emmeline. Frightened? Me? For a fleeting moment at most. Ha 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 ha. Oh dear. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It's not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. All right, more than a few. 'Twas but blind chance that brought us together this time. In case you were wondering, the Holy See has petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently, they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Camp Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with an Ishgardian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought, just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master having been captured and you risking all to rescue him, and the rest, as they say, is history. Alright, well, I hate to cut short our union, but I am here on business after all, and the boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend, we'll speak again soon, I promise. Yeah. Lord Emmanuel appears rather pleased with himself. Oh boy. A reward long in coming. Let's see. Determination, tenacity, and skill speed. I'll go with determination. You can never go wrong with that one. Very well, I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I could very well have died, you know. Me, dead. And who would mourn your passing? On the other hand, by risking life and limb in the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering the existence of a new primal, and that, old boy, is no small feat. I have made an historic discovery, a fact even Lady Laniite will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes, I am rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made our triumphant return? Yeah, she probably already knows about the rescue mission. How do I look? Dashing as always, with a suitable sprinkling of dirt and sweat? Excellent. Let us return to Lady Laniite at once. Urshifa. Even after everything he has been through, he manages to remain so optimistic. Yeah, somehow that happens. Thank you, Master Tia. Thank you. If you had not rushed to his aid, I dare not think what would have happened. Praise Halone, I feared the worst. What happened out there? Yeah, Emanueline got himself caught. A primal? Are you sure? Yeah, unfortunately, it's a giant flying whale. Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent of the white whale of Vanu legend. A massive creature said to swim in the Sea of Clouds. From what I have learned of comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior toward the people of Camp Cloudtop. Ah, you mean to say that they have fallen under the Primal's influence. I recall reading of such things in the documents provided by Master Alphino. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Laniate? A little recognition for the hero of the hour, a few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on? Why, yes, you are right, of course. Master Tia deserves all that and more for having risked his life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, Master Tia, you have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Horshafa, and give my warmest regards to the Count. Yeah, sure thing. So that's it then. No more forays into enemy territory. Very well, I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Laniate. May our next meeting take place under more felicitous circumstances. Oh boy. All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing, then. We can speak on the journey home. I confess I have always been rather fond of airship travel. The chill of the wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement. I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. Or mayhap it is simply the joy of having cheated death again. Haha, in any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Emmerich of all that has occurred. Emmeline should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? He'll be fine. Yeah. He's the least of my worries. My lord the Count was utterly beside himself, Master Tia. 'Tis a mercy you were not here to witness it. Oh dear. And he's not around. Thank goodness. Oh, it's you, Myrokos. Gods, did he have to strike me so hard? If that's all you got from him, that's getting off easy. Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Cloudtop, how I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It is not easy playing the hero, is it? Well, I think I need to get up, stretch my legs, get some water. If you haven't hit the follow button and hit the notifications button, do that, then get up, stretch your legs. It's not healthy to be sitting idle for too long. And I'm back after getting some water. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get back to the MSQ. Divine Intervention. The Fortin steward looks as though he has something to say. Uh-oh. Ah, Master Tia. My lord, the Count, much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artoile and Lord Emmanuel. If you would remain here for a moment. Okay.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emmanuel's life. Aye, he told me everything.
Yep.
I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Fortin. You've won us much honor, my friend.
My lord.
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings. Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
What?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries. Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain, elements. 'Twas this which prompted a Knight of the Heavens Ward to demand that they be questioned. Sir Grinno, my lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. An exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Charming. Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who will never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes, even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Zamail is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not, if we cannot prove their innocence. You would do well to speak with Sir Amaric at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Oh boy. Their status as wards of House Fortin should afford them preferential treatment, for a time at least. I know as little as you do of this situation, Master Tia. Sir Amaric, however, will surely know more. Okay, let us leave the manor and go to the congregation, which happens to be right next to the inn in question. Myrokos, I had but this moment resolved to go and fetch you. I presume you have heard what happened then? Yeah, at least a little bit. I don't know all the details. That they should regard the scions with such suspicion even after you stood with us on the steps of faith, it is bad comedy. Yet unlike the grave injustice you suffered in Ul'dah, this wrong may be swiftly righted. Sir Emmerich has told me much and more about you. Suffice it to say, my expectations are high. It has been too long, Myrokos. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru, I take it? Yeah? Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. Truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Greno's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavens Ward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the scions have done, routing the heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the dividing horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is but one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course. In a trial by combat, sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Greno and a second of his choosing, another Knight of the Heavens Ward, most like. Two of them, by the fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Alphino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Horshaval. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. I'm the most accomplished warrior. Well, I suppose that's true. Then it's settled. I will visit Master Alphino at once and inform him of our intentions. Myrokos, meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend, let me know if the music happens to be getting a little too loud. I did try to play around with some of the audio settings, but I noticed in the last MSQ stream that the Ishgard music was just bombastic compared to my voice, so let me know if I need to tweak the audio settings any further, because this is getting rather loud. It's good, but it's also a little loud. Until then, my friend. Okay. The trial will be held at the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. I will be in attendance, as will many others, with a vested interest in the outcome. Stint not in your preparations, my friend. The Knights of the Heavensward will provide a stern test for even one such as you. That they should regard this as bad comedy. Yeah, okay. And I've already talked with them. They've got food. Let me do that to help boost my stats. Version 32%. There, just so I have a little extra in case something happens. Not that I think it'll be necessary, but better safe than sorry. Listen carefully, Myrokos. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate the request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Greno's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could ever have contrived to doubt yourself. Now, are you ready? As I'll ever be?
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grino, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grino de Zemile, brother of the Heavens Ward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
If heretics can get inside
Let
Ishgard
the accused
proper,
step forward.
if they can get into Ishgard proper, then they've got more serious security problems than they thought.
Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grino's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
Render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
have my pride.
I've got you now.
Down with you! This isn't funny.
Well, that was a little underwhelming, if I do say so myself. They won. I mean, we won. Yep, we won. The Fury has spoken. Alphino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive of her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners, accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. By the Fury, what a splendid victory! To see how you strove in the face of adversity, two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie, why it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems only right that I present you with a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you, Myrokos? Will you take her for your steed? Sure. I've got several others, but there's always room for another. Lord Hoshaphat, chocobos are permitted are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. And also get this ether compass. You have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all local ether currents. In order to return to some ether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an ether compass, which will provide you with both the bearing and the distance to the nearest ether current upon use. The ether compass can be found under collection in the duty section of the main menu. To review your progress, select travel from the main menu, followed by ether currents. Okay, so collection. Of course, there's nothing to buy. Okay. Disclosure that Lord Hoshafon thinks you could do with a well-deserved rest. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, pray return to the Fort Hall Manor. The Count has done so already and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. Right. I was not present at the trial, but my father told me of your performance. He said you were a wonder to behold. Are you trying to become the talk of the city? Because if you are, you're doing an admirable job of it. It brings me joy to see you in good health, Master Tia. Okay. That's kind of them. Alone smiles upon us yet again, Master Tia, guiding you to victory, setting your comrades free. I confess I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, but understand I merely knew the strength of your opponents. Ahem. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Besting 2 of the Heavens Ward while the city's elite looked on, by the fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord. We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence, the Archbishop, requests the presence of Master Tia. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. After one of his Heavens Ward falsely accused us of heresy? A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Master Tia, we shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. Okay. Probably better to just go go straight there by running. We are honored to receive you, Master Tia. This way, please.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thorin VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavens Ward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
Interesting.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence, As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now, tell me, young man, what do you know of the Asians?
Oh, straight to the point.
Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them, have entertained them as guests, even. Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet.
That's smart.
Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them.
Ooh, Lahabra.
Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict. And why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
If he's planning on double-crossing the Ascians, he's also probably planning on double-crossing us. I wouldn't put it past him to do that. I nearly cried when you stepped forward at the Tribunal Myrokos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll mention it.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
To issue apology and to say that the Ascians have been here.
Well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you.
Tell us what?
When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
What?
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshafon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Gods, I hope we're not too late to save General Rauburn. I should have told you sooner about the execution, I mean. But what with the trial and everything, yep. Yes, things have been busy. The Flame General Affairs. Alphino wishes to share his plan of action for rescuing Rauburn. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan before we can formulate a plan. However, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Limensa. Well, I've been in the Sultanate. Nothing seems to have changed, but okay. You heard me, right? While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Fortin and a Limensan consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Ralban. Good. Always trust Admiral Merlib to be on side. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her that we might discuss how to best proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Limensa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanthale at Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. Okay, so now off to Limsa. Speak with Sergeant Xanthale when you are ready to meet the Admiral. He will admit us to the bridge. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Alphino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seed Seer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found. Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What?
Not a smart move.
But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Telegia alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
Could what be?
The Ul'dan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Raoban's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Uldar. It would spell the end of the Alliance and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Okay, and with that, it's starting to come up on my dinner time, so I need to take a break and have dinner. We'll end the stream here for now, and when we come back, we will deal with the continuation of the MSQ. So, without further ado, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please follow me on Twitch, hit the notification bell so you're apprised of when I go live. Make certain that you click the YouTube link if you're watching this from Twitch to go to my YouTube channel where all of my uploads of my MSQ progression, etc. are uploaded to, so that they don't just get lost when Twitch auto-deletes them after a couple of weeks' time. And I will see you anon, friends.